Back then, games were designed to entertain you. Look at older games like Shadow of the Colossus, Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy series. These were all games that were immersive and just designed to make you feel like a part of the character so you can join them in their journey, and it was a good experience at the time. Video games, they don't have any in-game purchases to or have any way to lure you to make in-game purchases. It was just all designed to make your experience as good as possible with the money that you already paid for. But nowadays that is different. Games back then were designed to maximize your interaction, but games today are designed to keep you addicted. Now, before I talk about gaming addiction, I just want to say subscribe to my channel. I upload 2 to 3 times a week, so yeah, please subscribe. I need it. Not that I need it, but it'll be nice to have a few more subs. More than 6 at least. Anyways, back to the video. I remember back then playing Kingdom Hearts. I enjoy the interaction with all the Disney characters. I love watching Cinderella, Snow White, right? I know. What a Chad, right? And just watching all my childhood memories talk to me is, in a way, a very warm experience. I engulf myself in a submersive, magical experience. You know, you're playing at this guy that can shoot magic and swing his keyblade around, and Kingdom Hearts was just a very surreal experience. Because at the same time, it's just very, I don't know, peace-loving, but also action-packed at the same time, which in a way it was charming to me. And I remember when I was a kid, I was sitting down in a beanbag and resting my head backwards and looking up at my TV that was high as shit. It was a warm, fleeting experience that I can never forget. It was just one of my sweetest, fondest memories I had when I was a kid. Just looking up at a old TV and playing Kingdom Hearts and feel like I am a part of the movie. Then as I got older, I got introduced to PC gaming, and I got introduced to Counter-Strike Source. It was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, games I've ever played in my whole life. And then also during that game, I was introduced to voice chat, and I even made some friends that I still talk with to this day. Just imagine how old Source was, and I still have friends that I talk to today. I think that's like around 17 years. Yeah, around 17 years of friendship that I've made. And it was just a new experience, not only for me, but for everyone, to just talk on the internet with a bunch of strangers. I enjoyed it personally. Some don't. Some with anger issues just... well, they made it entertaining for people like us. And at the game, I got pretty good at it. I'm actually naturally good at FPS games at the time. I did not really need much practice. I picked games up very easily, and I tore ass when we did scrims, and that was just fun because I was just naturally talented at it. Then all that was changed when I was introduced to League of Legends. Initially, League of Legends was fun. I remember playing it with my best friend at the time, and for the first year it was pretty cool. But playing that game, it was like competitively, it was kind of stressful. I wasn't competitive at the time because I don't see this game as being competitive, at least not yet. My friend immediately wanted to see it as a competitive game, and he wants me to be competitive with him, and it just ruined the fun. Like, he would just berate me, yell at me, cry, and I'm thinking, yo, if we don't get anything out of this, if we invest our mental into this, like, why are you so obsessed with being the best at this game? And the thing is, like, you know, people, they give up a lot of things. I just cannot see the concept of giving up your precious time, something that you can never get back, into something that doesn't exist. We know it doesn't exist, but I don't know, there's just some people out there in the world that just gives their life up for something that is absolutely mundane, like professional gaming, when they're not professional, which is, I don't know, kind of cringe. And yeah, at that point the game was taking a turn for the worst, and I just don't find the game enjoyable. And I remember at that time, there's these two teams in League of Legends called CLG and TSM. Two of them were just League of Legends teams that were playing competitively against each other. It was only just those two for the most part. And they glorified the idea of competitive gaming. There were competitive gaming back then, but these two teams, they made it like just attracted the entire world. Even like China, Japan, Korea, even India was, want a piece of this, because just imagine being an adult and making money from playing video games. The idea of that just sounds so asinine back then, but now it's kind of normal. And they changed the gaming scene with just those two teams. But just because something changed, don't mean it's a good thing. So let me explain why this change is bad. So ever since gaming can be made into a career, there's no doubt that many souls want to make gaming their career or their future. So you start seeing people investing their lives into video games, and then what end up happening is gaming addiction. People become addicted, and then what happens, like, they just never work. They skip school. They start abusing their parents, stealing money from their parents to buy V-Bucks with their mom's hard-earned money, or they guilt trip their dads into buying them whatever in-game purchases. And also, right, you go around, you probably have friends that play video games, and you probably barely play video games, and your addicted gaming friends would try to drag you into their world, telling you, hey, come play, it's really fun, come on, just join us, come on, don't be shy. When in reality, they secretly hate the game, and they try to drag other people down to their level. That is why, if you look at your gaming friends, right, eventually some of them just disappear. They leave their group of friends because they see that these people are toxic people. These addicted gamers, they're just trying to find other people to drag them down with their toxic addiction. And as a result, right, you see just like gaming group friends just gradually shrink because they realize that, oh shoot, I got a girlfriend. Why the hell am I going to spend my time playing video games? I want something real. I want to go out and do bowling, skiing, basketball, right? Something real. I want to go out and get some ass. I like to go out. I want to get a job, make money, right? One of the things that pulled me out of gaming addiction was, well, school, as strange as it sounds. For me personally, when I met some friends, or when I met a girl that I really liked in high school, that pulled me out of gaming addiction, and it's because of her. Like, I finally figured out that competitive gaming is kind of bad. But yeah, overall, like, these gamers, they barely can hold their job, or if not, they don't have a job, and they're probably virgins in their 30s. Kind of mean to say, but then these people, they just want to drag other people to their level because they just feel miserable about themselves, and the only way to make themselves feel better is if other people join them in their misery. But the thing is, no one's gonna do that. No one's gonna put themselves in their shoes because they know that those are some uncomfortable shoes to wear. That's why it's always better to just let them rot alone and let them learn themselves. Now, I never wanted to be a pro, but I always wanted to enjoy my talent. But if you just go online, right, you play some video games, everyone is borderline pro level. Like in League of Legends, there's this move called Insect, which back then only challengers or like the top 200 players can do. Now, if you go into a game of League of Legends, you will see that 80% of the gaming population can do this move because they dedicated their lives to practicing it in hopes of becoming a pro or a famous gamer. But yeah, and so for what that say for casual gamers? Well, you're fucked. The skill ceiling is so high, you will not be able to enjoy the game unless you invest like 1,000 hours into practicing and being bored as shit to enjoying the game to some degree. I'm not the only one that shared this opinion of high skill ceiling. A YouTuber made a complaint about a new game that had came out, and some nerd already practiced it competitively, and he's just tearing ass through it. And he's constantly getting first place because he could stream himself being good at the game, and it was making him famous. That's why a lot of people start doing it. They just start practicing the game, and then they just ruin the game for casual gamers that just wants to play the game just to play it. Now, if you're a casual gamer, you will never be first place. You will always be at the worst or half, and that's just unpleasant. It's unpleasant for casual gamers. Like, you cannot even make it past the first stage because all these wannabe professional gamers just took over the game and made it unpleasant for casual gamers. Like, casual gamers, they just cannot enjoy anything because of the high skill ceiling. I think video games now, if they want people to enjoy a game, they should make it like easier for casual gamers. It should make it where skill, I don't know. It's just, there's just no fix to it. And then even some of the best gamers get shit on. Some get mad and hate their lives. For example, Tyler 1. This is another League of Legends example, but he got challenger in every role of a game. Challenger meaning he's like top 200 player in every role. Like, just like that achievement is insane. Like, this guy is so addicted to gaming, right? He would play 20 games a day, and when you're at a high level, a game would average around 35 minutes, and the queue time would be 15 minutes. If you add those three things up together, it surmounts to 16.7 hours a day. And you could imagine what that can do to a person's mental. Like, this guy, he has a lot of money. He has a lot of fame. He could retire if he wants to, but he just keeps insist on playing I don't know, this competitive game, even though it's not good for yourself. Just watch his mental breakdown. Make it to live servers.
How? How did they think that was okay to even put it in the game? I'm so sick of this fucking company. They're trash! Fix the game! It sucks playing the shit! And I'm fucking addicted! So I can't quit! I'm so sick of this shit!
Gaming addiction is real. You go on the internet and you can easily find a bunch of people addicted to gaming. Some people that used to be famous or whatever, they just fell from grace. Or you see a lot of professional gamers, they retire because, well, the game is boring to them. They don't care about the money anymore. They could still make a bunch of money, but they refuse to do so because it is not worth it. It is a living nightmare to do something that you don't like to do, and which is why a lot of people are either quitting or people just throwing a fit all the time because they're doing something that they hate with a passion. I never had a severe case, but I was close to it. In school, meeting like lovers and work kept me out of it, which I would suggest you addicted gamers to try. Find a girl that you like or whatever and just be friends with them. Simple as that, right? And you'll realize what the better things in life is that it's better than competitive gaming or doing something that you hate. I would say let's say like 99% of professional, like people that are trying to play games competitively, hates what they're doing, but people just kept doing it because they just fantasize themselves being the best. And here's the thing, you're not the best. As hard as that is to believe, you're not the best. And you want to lose your addiction, like if you cannot find someone, you can also get a job. Once you realize that, oh, all this money can help me go out, eat good food, go on vacations, find like productive friends, getting a job will change your life. You will realize how shitty gaming is, and you will get yourself into a happier situation. Now, I'm not telling you to quit video games completely, but treat it like a movie or anime series like I am now. If you look at my gameplays now, it's all campaign games. None of it is competitive games because I left that world. I think games are meant to be enjoyed. It's not designed to make you feel miserable. Like, unless you're naturally talented, like you touch the game and you're already like top 0.0001%, I would suggest you not even bother playing any video games. Because these games, they don't care about you. The best thing you can do on a video game that scorns you is to not play it at all. And if you have friends that are addicted to it, don't convince them not to play it. And show them that your life is better than theirs. by not playing the game and how you have your shit together. And when those addicted gamers look at you, they'll be jealous, they will envy you, and then they will quit video games as well. That's the best thing you could do to an evil gaming corporation, is by not playing the game at all. Because these video games, they don't care about you. They don't care about your gaming addiction. They just want your money. And if you could not pay or buy anything from a video game, like no in-game purchases, but they make money off of just you being in the game. Like, there are those nerds that spend thousands of dollars on a video game, and the game would give them an edge on it. Like, people don't think that, oh yeah, I'm just buying cosmetic. Like, this game only offers cosmetic effect items for you to purchase. You don't realize, but a lot of video games will pad the stats of gamers that spend money on cosmetic items. People don't realize it. It's actually pretty well known, but you know, people just don't realize it, and as a result, this is a scam essentially. So what I suggest is that you just be an example of someone that is better than these addicted gamers, and in hopes that these gaming addicts will follow in your lead, and they will quit the game as well, and eventually all these evil gaming corporations will die off. Yeah, that is all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time. See ya.